Hi, and welcome to the AllieStamps.com video tutorial library. Today I am going to be sharing with you some scrapbooking pages in celebration of May being National Scrapbooking Month. I don't normally show scrapbook pages that we've done at our monthly scrapbooking classes, but this month I'm going to make an exception and share some of these layouts with you so that you can see what we do on the second Friday of every month in Rochester, New York at our scrapbook times. The first layout that we did this month looks like this. I'll have to show you the pages individually here, but we were focusing this month on the Presto Patterns specialty paper. And this is the Presto Patterns is the entire background, and this paper starts off as white. And with sponging and sponge daubers and inks and schmutz spritz, you jazz up the background of this paper to make it look like this. We've also added some Pretties flowers in on these pages, and there are room for photos to be added, so our scrapbooking class attendees don't need to bring photos with them that night. We use standard photo matting, and then you can just add the photos in later. We did some stenciling on this corner. This is more of that Presto Patterns paper. And then down here we've got another Pretties flower, and I'm going to show you how we did this flower. I'm going to start with a Pretties flower, and this is from the Pretties kit. This ink that I have here is called Pale Plum, and this is a color that is going to be retiring as part of the color renovation, so you can only order this ink color through June 30th while supplies last. I'm just going to put a sponge dauber on my finger and get some of that Pale Plum ink on it. I'm just going to start in the middle and work my way up from the center. And I'm not going to dye the entire flower, I'm just going to dye the center like so. And then I can put a small grommet in the middle and a rhinestone brad so that I have, again, this is my finished product right here, and it'll pick up that plum. The other color that has been primarily used here is Blush Blossom, and Blush Blossom is another color that's going to be retiring in the color renovation, only available while supplies last through June 30th. So both of these colors you'll want to get while you still can, and black paired with those colors just really makes them pop and is a great color combination to work with. So that's one of the layouts that we made at scrapbooking class this month. And the next layout is still focusing on the Presto Patterns paper, but it's a much more regal toned page. We've used burgundy, creamy caramel, and brocade blue. And creamy caramel and brocade blue are both colors that are going to be retiring as part of this color renovation. So you'll want to get those while you still can. This paper here is the Presto Patterns paper. Again, that was the focus for this month. And I layered over this with the Creamy Caramel Classic ink, and I added some of the Gold Glow Schmutz Spritz to the corner to give it some more speckle. So again, this paper starts white, and then you add the color onto it. So this paper is very versatile. You've got a blank canvas to work with, and you layer and add on your color to get the look that you want. I want to show you how I dyed these Pretties flowers. And I'm going to take out my color catcher. And you'll have to refer back to my video called, I think it was just called Schmutz Spritz and More, for all of the full details about using Schmutz Spritz. But we've used the spritz on both of these scrapbook pages, and I'm going to show you how we also use the Schmutz Spritz on these Pretties flowers. So you'll just lay your Pretties flower in the color catcher and shake up your schmutz, and this was the log cabin. And you just spritz that on, and it's going to dye your Pretties flower for you and give it a nice speckle. And You could continue to go through and add a little bit more if you want a little bit heavier. It's best to start light and add more as you go, because you can't ever take away the color, but you can always add more. So you can see there all of the exciting color on that flower. And we did the same with the smaller one in the right hand corner as well. And you don't need to see two, but that was the log cabin schmutz. And how much schmutz you apply is what does the color. So this was a heavy hand of schmutz, and you've got a lot darker tone. The original one, I had left it pretty light and just add a little bit of a lighter tone. So some other things about this page. The schmutz is also on the background of this this block. That's what gives it that antique look. And then the second layout here, we've got some gold glow on the Presto, some gold glow on the bottom, and another Pretties color that has been jazzed up. And when you're scrapbooking, you want to make sure you always leave room for journaling. So this tag here is a journaling block. And going back to the first page for just a second, there's some room for journaling here in this block. So you always want to make sure you leave room for journaling in your scrapbook pages. The basic elements to a scrapbooking layout is to have a header of some sort, journaling, your photos, and your accents and elements. So both of these layouts covers that basic of scrapbooking. So just a little bit about scrapbooking. May is National Scrapbooking Month, and Stampin' Up! Is celebrating National Scrapbooking Month by offering you a free package of Designer Series brads, your choice of which brads you choose, with qualifying purchases. And you can read more details on what those qualifying purchases are on my website at www.alliestamps.com. Thanks and have a great day.